Welcome, ladies and gents. This is a fascinating update. Netflix's The Witcher executive producer Tomek Baginski says the series made simplifications to the source material, primarily because American audiences would not grasp a higher level of nuance and complexity. Basically, you're all idiots, according to this guy, which, look, in fairness, it's pretty clear they think that everyone's an idiot. You know, the audience, because of the show that they've made, just in general. Oh, the old switcheroo happening, or bait and switch. Oh, we're definitely going to stick to the source material now, guys. Every single time. Every single time a new series rolls around, and then it bombs, and then it's nothing related to the source material. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that these people thought everyone was an idiot anyway. They definitely took Netflix for idiots. And Netflix were idiots for keeping this going. It's absolutely crazy. Hit subscribe if you're new here, folks. Please do. Turn the bell notifications on. And I will say as well, we covered some of this stuff actually last night on my podcast, the Hcast, which you can find linked down below in the description box on the second channel, Mr. H Reviews Live Archives. It will become your favourite podcast on the platform, so check it out. Anyway, crazy, absolutely crazy. So this is an article on Bounding into Comics, and they say, as if the press surrounding the widely panned third season of Netflix's The Witcher, and it is, in fact, it's the worst ratings ever. Couldn't get any worse. Series executive producer Tomek Baginski has claimed that the changes made to Andrzej Sapkowski's original works were done in order to simplify the source material for wider and more specifically American audiences. I mean, look, I'm aware that Americans get a bad rap for being dumb. Like, I get it. But you're not. You know? Like, fandoms and stuff. Pretty smart, to be fair. And who did they think was the actual audience for this? Because that begs the real question here, isn't it? They simplified all the source material for American audiences because they thought that they weren't fans or something like that, I guess? Or what's the play here? It's very strange. Like, really, really odd. You know, so they clearly think that no one watching this was already a fan of the material. I'm guessing. So Baginski, who directed the cinematic intros for all three CD Projekt Red's The Witcher video games and has served as an EP on the Netflix series since its inception, made this revelation during a recent post-season 3 premiere interview given to Polish newspaper Gazeta Wyborcza. Butchered that. Anyway, and again, this is interesting, right? Someone who directed the cinematic intros? You didn't think that there'd be any crossover? Really? What a bizarre... Isn't that weird? Why did you not think there'd be crossover? Fuck, it's far out, man. This is weird. Anyway, asked by the outlets Radoslaw Sis, butchering this, for his thoughts regarding how some people criticised the show for making up weird plots that changed what worked well in the books. Brilliant. Brilliant question. The series executive producer opined in turn, but when you start discussing it, it usually turns out that screenwriters thought this solution out, that it's not completely crazy. So, okay, well, just as an FYI, yeah, that's not cool. It's no secret that we, the series production team and fans, often disagree. The fact that you even admit it. Per a translation of the interview provided by the fantasy fiction-centric news outlet Redanian Intelligence, things are created in the discussion. Michal Niwera, who is our tester, does a great job. He checks what fits the world from books. Sometimes we get such a long list of things from him because in many places we went in a different direction, but there's a reason for it every time. The fact that they're getting long lists from basically the lore checker, I mean, that speaks volumes as well. And again, remember, every single time they come out and they just go, oh, we will be true to the source material this time, guys. Fuck off, man. Sometimes the changes are the result of production chaos. Because, for example, an actor fell ill and his plot needs to be edited and rewritten within a few hours so that it can be shot the next day, because this is not a plot for which the whole production machine will stop. There are a lot of understandable reasons why controversial decisions are made, but the viewer does not have this context, so sometimes it hurts because something was better in the books. So, well, what great context are you going to give now then, mate? Attempting to provide said context, Baginski then recalled how he had the same perceptual block when I presented Hardcore 44, his alternate history take on the Warsaw Uprising of World War II, abroad years ago. I tried to explain there was an uprising against Germany, but the Russians were across the river, and on the German side there were also soldiers from Hungary or Ukraine. For Americans, it was completely incomprehensible, too complicated, because they grew up in a different historical context where everything was arranged. America is always good, the rest are the bad guys, and there are no complications. So he says further, when a series is made for a huge mass of viewers with different experiences from different parts of the world, and a large part of them are Americans, these simplifications not only make sense, they are necessary. It's painful for us, and for me too, but the higher level of nuance and complexity will have a smaller range. It won't reach people. Sometimes it may go too far, but we have to make these decisions and accept them. As if you couldn't dig yourself a deeper hole than you already have. Oh, holy shit. Wow. As noted by the Redanian intelligence, this is the second such time that Baginski has discussed his belief that The Witcher needed to be simplified in order to engage a wider audience. Speaking with YouTube channel Imponderabilia, Baginski detailed how we resign from cause and effect chains from linear narration, this book-like narration, when it comes to shows. The younger the public is, the logic of the plot is less significant. Holy shit. And this, ladies and gents, is why Hollywood is dead, because they just think everyone's an idiot. What is significant to younger audiences, the creator asserted? Just emotions, just pure emotions, a bare emotional mix. Those people grow up on TikTok and YouTube. They jump from video to video. What? Yeah, if your target audience are literal children, but your target audience isn't literal children here. It's fans of the books and it's fans of the games. These aren't literal children. That doesn't make up the majority of your audience. Unbelievable. Then Baginski will close out his thoughts by addressing this next generation of viewers by declaring, "Dear children, what you do to yourself makes you less resilient for longer content, for long and complicated chains of cause and effect." Again, he's not wrong with that. But what is your actual audience here? Who are you... Goodness me. I honestly am really shocked that he thinks that this is a good look. It's absolutely not. Ridiculous. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, on the plus, guys, season 4 might actually get cancelled. Because it hasn't started shooting yet. And writer's strike, actor's strike. You never know. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. It's not going to get any better, is it?